Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Daily Elk Citian's Elk City High School Football Preview Blog. Elk City has Anadarko this Friday in homecoming, a very happy homecoming for Elk City. They've started every game this season on the road. Each game's been about 2 hours away, so there's probably not a team in the state that's happier to be coming home to play a home game. It's going to be against a very tough team in Anadarko, who's the Class 3A state champion last year and moved up to 4A. No reason to think that they can't come into 4A and make a run at the state title this year, so it's a very good team. Let's recap last week really quick. Elk City went down to Elgin and lost 35-0. Elgin, much improved from last year. Coaches all that week were talking about Taryn McDaniel for them, and he did not disappoint. Had 178 rushing yards, broke off 2 long scores for over 50 yards. And really were those big plays that hurt Elk City in their defense. The defense didn't give up just loads and loads of yards. It was just some big plays that hurt them. Several times Elk City was able to turn Elgin over on downs, in particular twice. Cameron Coulter, one time he had a batted pass, the other time he had a big tackle to turn over Elgin on downs. But it was just those big plays and a couple miscommunications. Defensive coordinator Jeff Metcalf said after the game there were just some breakdowns on blitz packages and things like that. Elk City's quarterback Jonathan Christensen played a very good game as well. A threat through the air and on the ground. He had some big runs and just a good Elgin team. Looks like it could be a playoff team. Elk City's offense was never able to get much going, and this week it was kind of spotlighted that maybe that was due to some issues up front offensively that the coaches have been trying to fix. And moving forward, to Elk City's credit, head coach Jason Scheck said this morning that the Big Elks have had some great practice this week, and I was able to witness some of that yesterday. Stepped out of the car, and you could tell instantly, you could feel it in the air. There's a different intensity. The Big Elks are probably just happy to get home, and play a game tomorrow. But just hard hits and playing hard, a lot of communication. This team isn't, if they're under any pressure, they don't look like they are. They're playing pretty carefree, and Coach Scheck said after that practice it was the best practice they'd had all year. As he likes to say, the hay's in the barn. They're not going to do a whole lot of work today. Do a walkthrough, light walkthrough, and kind of take it easy and just tie up some loose ends and things like that. So really, Elk City's in a position this week. It's a tough opponent at home, but it's an opportunity to, if you're in a hole, there's no better way to, fill some of that hole up by getting a big win against a good team like Anadarko, and they are good. So far they're 4-0. They've beaten Chickasha, Centennial, Perry, and Cache. Last week they beat Cache 47-0. They've got a really good running back in R.J. Sink, and frankly he's a backup. He had 144 yards in the first half alone against Cache. Overall had 198 yards with 6 touchdowns. When I asked him about Anadarko's running style compared to Elgin and Tuttle, basically he said Elgin had McDaniel, and Anadarko has 4 players with the speed that McDaniel has, even though they all won't line up in the backfield. They've got 4 speedy guys that they're going to try and get the ball into their hands, and so no rest for the weary, I guess. Elk City's got another test on their hands with really fast offensive skill players coming at them. So it will be a good test. Anadarko really doesn't make any secret about what they're going to do. I mean, they're a running team, and they're going to line it up and run it and make Elk City stop it. So it'll be another chance for this Elk City defense to see if it can stop an attack like that. They've seen it the past 2 games in Elgin and in Tuttle. On the defensive side of the ball, Anadarko has a stud linebacker and 6'1", 230-pound senior Russell Mithlow. Good player. They're gonna provide those. They're gonna provide guys like that on both sides of the ball that just have talent. I mean, they're a team that could easily make a run at the 4A state title. So there's no reason to slight them at all. And Elk City knows that. Scheck said, look, we know what they have, we know what they can do. This week it's all about preparing our kids to do what they need to do and put them in a position to win. So it should be interesting to see. Homecoming festivities start at 6:50 So get out there early and support your homecoming king and queen candidates. Look next week for a feature on Cole Rogers. We're kind of my features have kind of been the past week. Last week we did Maroney Coda, and now it's going to be Cole Rogers. Just guys who lead by effort. You know, they're not going to score 10 touchdowns a game and you know, bring in state accolades and things like that, but they're guys who have heart and work really hard. And Cole's a senior who he's a senior who started at quarterback and was in a quarterback battle this year to start the season and had an injury. And everybody kind of knows that name, but hopefully we can tell you a little bit more about him that you didn't know. As always, look for my updates on Twitter at Elk City Sports and on Facebook at the Daily Elk Citian. We'll be having those going all game long, and look for our game story in Saturday's paper. We thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this week's preview, and hope you join us again next week. Enjoy homecoming Friday night. I'm Tyler Palmateer, sports editor for the Daily Elk Citian. We'll see you next time.